Welcome to my smoker. This week I wanted to talk about something that I really enjoyed, and that was making a turkey. That's right, a turkey. Smoked a turkey. It was good. So I wanted to, for a few minutes, just talk about it because this was actually one of the simplest things I've ever done, especially when it comes to cooking. It might actually have been easier than that. So really what it comes down to is, and it's the same thing with the ham. So with Thanksgiving on the horizon, I really wanted to just take a moment and say, hey, smoke the food. If you have a traditional smoker like this, all you really need to do is get a turkey pan, get your turkey of course, like a roasting pan, and find a good seasoning rub that you want to put on it, brine the turkey as well, and then you just put it in the smoker and you just let it go to town. Now, the reason I don't have too many pictures is I was nervous to no end because this was the biggest piece of meat that I was cooking, and I was also serving it as well. So I was a little nervous. The reviews were amazing. So it took about 10 and a half hours, maybe 11 for it to smoke all the way. The meat was literally falling off the bone. Almost no effort to cut it. Flavor was great, and the extra work my wife put in with brining it the night before and trying a recipe with that even added to it. So we had the seasonings and whatnot in the brine. It was really good. I mean, it's a really simple experience, and I would say if you take out the 10 hours of cooking, if you just talk about the time that you're physically handling the turkey with brining, with putting the seasoning on, patting it on, and then even checking it, you're not talking about more than maybe a half hour, maybe a little bit more depending upon how fast you move, but that's it. So this was an incredibly easy recipe to get through, and it's the same thing with the ham. Neither one of them was incredibly hard. You figure out how you're going to hold it. You don't just put it on the rack, you don't just raw dog it like that. Make sure all the plastic's removed from the packaging, of course, because sometimes you'll have that little packaging in there that'll hold it in place, or with the turkey, the gizzards and the innards and whatnot. Season it up. There you go. As far as it goes with the ham, that we actually used the honey glaze packet that came with it, and sometimes they do come with those. It's not hard to find one online. I've done both from scratch and used a pre-packaged before. Not a big deal to me, and we just followed the recipe, ladled some of the juices on both meats. We did have to check on it, and unfortunately, you're opening the smoker and you're going to have to ladle some juices on, so you got to make a tough choice. Are you going to pull the meat out, or are you going to open it, ladle as quick as you can, and then just keep it in there while you're ladling it? I would prefer the second option, and I would suggest that as well. Anytime you're taking the meat in and out of your smoker just to work on it for a little bit like that, that's really dangerous. And I'm not even just talking about the dropping aspect. I'm just talking about the fact that you're just moving it around a lot. You don't want to do that unless you absolutely have to. Outside of that, the ham took a few hours, didn't take nearly as long as the turkey. The turkey, like I said, 10 to 11 hours, give or take. And that's what most recipes say it's going to take, so it's not like it took that extra. And just both were really good, really solid, no complaints. And I highly encourage, if you have the opportunity, don't do that deep fried turkey nonsense this Thanksgiving. Don't do the oven nonsense. If you have the opportunity to do it in a smoker, do it. It was easy, it was simple, it was delicious, and I cooked a turkey stress-free. I like that. So there you go, guys. I don't know what the next meats are going to be. I have no clue what I'm going to do. We are running out of meats to do in the smoker that I'm willing to invest in right now. Some of the other ones like brisket and stuff, yeah, that's got to be a more of a weekend project. But outside of that, I hope you guys are enjoying this and learning stuff. Everything in these videos ties together. The main thing that's changing is the meat. That's it. And each meat you have to respect the different cook requirements. But other than that, soak your wood chips, getting the smoker up to the right temperature. Your seasonings might be a little bit different, but you're still using seasonings. You'll notice we do not use sauces on this. channel. Try absolutely to get away from that. I think seasonings are just better use, and I'll talk about that maybe next time. And then just the way you go about checking it, and I don't have to show you how to cut the food, and I certainly don't have to show you how to enjoy it. You guys do that already. I love doing this though, and I will always tell you there's no reason that we can't all enjoy great cooked food.